G'day to all my friends and family, and welcome to this episode of Jim's 5am Club. What I'd love to do today is go for a walk and talk and have a chat with you about a really important book entitled This Too Shall Last, Finding Grace When Suffering Lingers, a book that was published on the 12th of May 2020 during the depths of COVID by an author named or known as K.J. Ramsey, a book that offers profound insights into enduring suffering with grace. Let's see what we can take from this book and incorporate into our inventory of skills, knowledge and wisdom, as well as potential power. And the only way we can make this even more useful is to listen intently and to try and put it into practice, because knowledge is not power, it's only potential power. It's only when it's actioned and used that knowledge can be perceived and welcomed as being something that is indeed powerful and transformative. So the first key message from this book is where the author talks about embracing the reality of suffering. One of the key central lessons is the importance of embracing the reality of suffering. The author encourages readers to acknowledge and accept the presence of pain and suffering in their lives, rather than trying to escape or deny it. Because by acknowledging suffering, we can begin to find ways to navigate through it with both grace and forgiveness, and of course resilience. At the end of the day, it is really, really important to understand that humility, being able to bow your head and to seek help, and to understand that things can't be just rubbed out or erased or forgotten if it has caused great pain, suffering and scarring. We need to express our humility and become vulnerable. The author emphasizes the power of vulnerability in the face of suffering. She encourages readers to open up and share their pain with trusted individuals, creating, hopefully, a space for empathy, understanding and support. Because by allowing ourselves to be humbled, to be vulnerable, we can find healing and connection amidst our suffering. Another key message, a powerful message in fact, is that one can find meaning in suffering. The book explores the concept of finding meaning in suffering, and Ramsey encourages readers to seek purpose and significance in their unique pain, rather than viewing suffering as a meaningless or purposeless exercise. By reframing our perspective, we can discover important lessons lessons of growth, and even transformation in what appears to be the midst of our suffering. The author here also talks at length about cultivating and curating resilience and perseverance. Ramsey highlights the importance of cultivating resilience and perseverance when faced with that lingering effect of suffering, where suffering just doesn't want to leave you, doesn't want to go away, doesn't want to give you a break, and just wants to lap at your feet and weigh on your emotions all the time. She shares practical strategies and hopefully helpful insights on how to build inner strength and endurance, enabling one to navigate through difficult times with both grace and determination. And the last point that comes from this book is where we examine in great depth the role of faith and spirituality. The book delves into the role of faith and spirituality in finding God's grace amidst suffering. Ramsey explores how one's beliefs can make or break them. One's spiritual practices can provide comfort, hope, and guidance during times of prolonged pain. By nurturing one's faith, one can find solace and resilience in the face of suffering. I had the great fortune and gift of having spent some time with an auntie of mine who has since passed away, my auntie Angela Kalpaxis, who for a number of years was ill with a very rare disease called scleroderma, something that eventually takes one's life. But along the way, before it takes one's life, it causes a lot of pain, a lot of discomfort, and it's a type of disease that builds isolation. And unless you are a person of great faith and strength, then suffering can be considered to be immense. But having spent valuable quality time with my auntie in hospital during those quiet moments, we'd often talk about spirituality, about her love of God, of Jesus. And she said to me that even though the pain is unbearable and always there, always lingers, always challenging, from a physical perspective, she reminded me that suffering for a Christian is an option, because suffering is one's response to the stimulus or to the challenge that one is faced with. And thankfully, I learned a valuable lesson from my auntie, who reminded me that a person of faith, a person who believes in God and believes in God's providence and His mercy, will understand that God will only give you enough pain that you can bear and deal with. Whether or not you suffer or not, depends on your faith, depends on what you look for, and whether or not you see suffering as an opportunity to build your strength and find purpose, and to understand that we are more than the pain and more than what happens to us, and that God always keeps his best for last. Anyway, take care. Almost got splashed by the water there. Take care to all my friends and family, and we'll chat again soon, and hopefully I can come to you from a different place and with another message of empowerment. Yassas, bye for now, and this is the quiet before the big storm. Take care. Bye.